Fantastic Four releases what they're calling their final trailer. Is that what it's called? Pretty sure it said, yeah, final trailer. And yo, I can't lie. Fantastic Four, the current Fantastic Four is a movie that I've been indifferent about. There's some trailers I've seen where I'm like, oh, I'm hype. And then I'll see another trailer and I'm like, huh, I don't know. I feel the same way about this Superman coming up. I don't really know what to think about Superman. I want to be excited and hype about it on one hand, but on the other hand, I watch it and I'm like, or I watch the trailers and I'm like, well, I'm gonna give this a chance. Let's see what James Gunn does. But let's check out this Fantastic Four trailer. This trailer was actually done very well, and I've been seeing a bunch of people say something that I actually agree with. What's said is this should have been the first trailer that they released. I gotta say, I agree. I don't know if there's a strategy where they roll out what they think might be an okay trailer, not so good, and then try to build it up, like release a mediocre trailer, then slightly better, then slightly better, and slightly better. If that's the strategy, I understand it, but I'm not sure if that's a winning strategy. I just want to see something good right out the gate. So let's check this trailer out.
Famous around the world, please welcome the Fantastic Four.
You know, out of all of the team members, Johnny Storm is actually the one I'm the most unsure about. I don't know about his look. I'm going to have to go back to a lot of the comic books, and just look over and see what was their inspiration for that look. Pedro Pascal is Reed. I don't know if it's believable. He doesn't look lanky enough. Maybe as an actor, he just pulled this off so well that they went with him, because now I'm not saying that that is the case. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I remember when I first heard about Robert Downey Jr. being Iron Man. I'm not gonna say I was not happy with it, but it was just one of those things like Robert Downey Jr. I don't know, as Tony Stark, Iron Man. I don't know how this is gonna work. And he crushed it. He crushed it. Pedro Pascal is a good actor. I will say that. I know there's a lot of people that are like, yo, this dude is in everything, which I get it. Yo, some actors just get on a hot streak and they're in everything. Now, there might be other reasons for why he's in so many things. I won't get into all of that. But maybe he actually pulled this role off very well, and maybe we will be pleased as we see this movie. I'm not saying that's the case. Again, I'm trying to make the case for why they would have went with Pedro Pascal when looks-wise, he doesn't really fit the look of Reed Richards. That's what I think, at least. But I might grow into his character as Reed Richards. I think they should have went with what's his name? Is it Krasinski? John Krasinski? Is that his name? I can't ever remember this dude's name. Did the let's see, Krasinski did the Quiet Place, which that movie, the original, wow. Yeah, John Krasinski. That original, ooh, that movie was so good. That movie was really good. I don't know about the stretchy effects, which I would imagine that's a hard thing to kind of do on camera, so I get it.
Hey, what time is it? Say the thing.
That's not really something I say.
You know, thinking about it, going back to those older the previous Fantastic Four movies, I was kind of harsh on those. Now, there's some of them that deserve the harshness, but I was harsh on the look of the Thing. But realistically, one of them wasn't really wasn't great, but they weren't terrible. Looking at this one and looking at those, but this one I like it. I like it so far. I think, you know, this works. This will do.
That's just in the cartoon.
I said I don't know about Johnny
Never
Storm.
late for Sunday dinner. Let's eat.
Hey, what time is it?
It's dinner time. Get inside.
You know what's funny though? That scene right there where Johnny Storm turns around. I'm like, oh, And that's why sometimes I think trailers can only go so far to get you excited and or enthused about a movie. Now some trailers kill it right out the gate. They just kill it. Some trailers it's like, maybe this is going to be great, maybe it's not going to be great, and you just don't know. And this is just I've felt like I'm bipolar watching these Fantastic Four trailers.
I herald his beginning. I herald your end.
I tell you what the mark of a good movie is too, and this is something I thought about. As much backlash as this movie has gotten for using this version of the Silver Surfer, and rightfully so, I'm not saying that the criticism wasn't warranted. If they're able to pull this off and actually make it work, that might go a long way to this movie actually being accepted for being a good movie. But, that could go either way.
I herald Galactus.
What is that?
You know what I hope too? Like, I don't know how they're going to do this. I hope they don't really defeat Galactus in this movie. Maybe they just keep him at bay, stave him off for now, because Galactus is a big bad. Like, you could really, use Galactus on a grander scale. But, of course, Doom is going to be the big bad in the Avengers movies and everything. But I just hope they don't get Galactus up out of here quickly. To me, that wouldn't make sense. But maybe maybe they'll do it in such a way that I see it and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it.
Get us out of here, Ben! Hold on! Are we safe? I don't know.
So this scene right here, if you read the Fantastic Four comic books, some of them at least, I'm not going to say every book, like I've read every book. Some of the Fantastic Four books that I've read, you always get the sense that Reed feels like the weight of the world is on his shoulders. Like whether the world survives or not is totally on him. And I'm not going to lie, that expression right there, how Pedro Pascal looked and the way that scene played out, you kind of get that feeling. And this is why I say it. It's hard for me to say whether I'm going to like him as Reed Richards or not. I will definitely have to sit through the movie and give my assessment. And I am really hoping they deliver. That's my hopes going in. But, like anything else, you won't know until you know.
The clock is ticking.
Franklin
We're
Richards.
going to find a solution. We are going to make it right.
You don't want to just crush him?
I like that.
I know I'm interrupting a lot, but you know what I kind of think? I wonder if at Marvel Studios, if maybe they're going, I don't want to say too ambitious, but maybe trying to attach too many of the things comic book readers love in these movies all at once. Like, people definitely want to see Franklin Richards. I know I do. But maybe they're trying too much of this at once. I don't know. But again, if they make all of these things work together, and this just goes, all pun intended, this just goes to show the marvel at what Marvel Studios did with Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Civil War, all of those movies, the way all of those movies played out and the way they were able to weave so many things that comic book readers love into those movies, but still making it accessible to normal people who don't read comic books. That was done really well. And I wonder sometimes if, now there's no doubt, I'm not going to get into, complaining and griping. That's not what I do. But there's no doubt that Marvel has lost their footing. everybody can see that. But I wonder if some of that is us judging Marvel so harshly right now because what they did from the first Iron Man to Endgame, that was a special time in movie making, in my opinion.
The four of us will face the danger. We will protect you.
Family. It's about connecting to something bigger than yourself.
This is a good trailer, and it makes me wonder why they didn't go with this one first. Maybe they didn't have this put together. I don't know. I wonder what their test screenings are like for commercials. I wonder what that process is to know what commercial is going to be released. I wonder how big the audience is that they show these trailers to. I think it's a commercials. These trailers too. And I wonder what kind of feedback they get. What do they take into account? And what makes them say, okay, yes, we're releasing this trailer first?
We'll face it together. As a family.
Like I said before, I think that's one thing I love about the Fantastic Four. And I didn't realize the appeal, and I've brought this up before earlier on, but the family dynamic in Fantastic Four, that's what really makes it great. That's why when they have a lot of these different people added to the Fantastic Four officially and unofficially, like Spider-Man, all that stuff is great. But yeah, I just need the original team. Like that family dynamic, Ben being such a good friend to Reed, Sue and her brother. Yeah, you can't beat that family dynamic in a comic book. The closest that I've seen so far, really close actually, is that book from Ghost Machine Comics, The Rockefellers. That's a banger to me.
What time is it, Ben? No. What time is it, Ben?
Ben has a little rock beard.
I don't wanna!
Say it!
And I know some will probably complain about Ben's rock beard, like, oh, he's, made of stone. How does he have a beard? I mean, stuff like that, I don't really get bent out of shape for, because after all, it's a comic book. It's fictional characters that have powers. If I can watch a movie where somebody has powers, then I'm really not going to have such a huge problem with this, rock dude having a rock beard. It's silly, but I can do with it. What'd you think of that trailer? I'm not going to say that trailer is going to convince anybody that already doesn't want to see it, but I definitely think that was one of the better trailers that they've put out thus far.